Commence pairing with Bunny. Okay, first, Bunny, this is Avdi.
Hello.
Avdi, hi.
This is my sister Rachel, also known as Bunny.
Hello.
Or the Bunny.
Really only known as Bunny to Jessie.
And the kids. Yeah.
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 I'll stick to Rachel then.
Tyler calls me Cattywampus, so. Or CW.
Which is short for Cattywampus.
Right.
C-dubs.
Yeah. I figured that.
Or C-dubs, yeah. So I have an idea for an app that will give us a chance to practice some JavaScript. So with my relatively limited knowledge, I think the mechanics of the app should not be too horribly difficult. But when it's a completed project, I think it'll be something cool. So in Dungeons and Dragons, there is an item called the Deck of Many Things. That is going to be the name of my app, the Deck of Many Things. In Dungeons and Dragons, it can be a couple different things, but it's essentially a deck of cards, usually either playing cards or a tarot deck. And in your imagination space of D&D, you draw one of the cards, usually from a randomizer. And then at that point, the DM decides a magical effect that happens to you based on that card. So the app would essentially be a randomizer of tarot cards. And then I'm going to come up with an original magical effect for each of those tarot cards. So we can use the Rider-Waite tarot deck, which is public domain. Yep, which is public domain. Okay. So like I wouldn't attach any money to the app because that could get into an issue because there are people who have the right to sell the deck of tarot cards. But in terms of displaying the art, that's in public domain.
Yay.
So for example, you could randomize on the Deck of Many Things. It would display the image of the tarot deck. And then the magical effect that I have for this one, for Judgment, is a small bird lands on your shoulder and loudly criticizes you for the next half hour.
Do you take psychic damage for that over the next half hour?
No, it's just funny. It just means the DM gets to like be the bird. And also this one for strength, it is a small cat rubs up against your legs and loudly praises you for the next half hour. So everything you do, you'll just have the cat being like, that's such a good idea. You're so smart. And then another functionality that I would like the app to have is basically a reset button. So until you hit the reset button, it will not cycle through ones that it's already hit before.
Okay. So it retains some state on the page.
Mm-hmm.
I think this
just
app
in
could
case
be entirely client side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then I don't know if this is possible, but my thought, can you have like one file that's the main mechanics of the code and it scrapes the variables from another file? Because the variables for the strings for each of these are going to be, anywhere from 1 to 3 sentences long. Like, would it be possible to have a separate file that has the variable names and the strings attached to them, and then the actual code could pull from that file so that the code itself is not full of string after string after string?
So you want a configuration file?
I don't know. You tell me.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, a configuration file is where you're like property name value, or property
Okay,
style.
Great, because
and then the code reads it in and does stuff with that. And it's like it's easier for non-coders to change that file.
And I just think it might make the code look nicer than have all these long strings, one right after another, worked into the mechanism, like the mechanism parts of the code.
Yep.
Jess, I think our mic levels are low, which is not this control. It's the
well, we could turn up here.
Okay.
Is that better? We could turn it even more up here. That's not very much. Okay.
I need to get a lamp so that I can have my screen brightness down less, so it's not giving me hacker face here. Okay.
This maybe?
Test. Check. Okay, that's bouncing it's at least bouncing it up higher. I'm not hearing it much higher, but it's bouncing the...
I'm hearing it higher.
Okay, good.
I hear a little bit of static. Okay, is that better? Live mic checks. This is fine.
Oh yeah, you're closer to the mic, so yeah.
Oh, I am closer to the mic. So really,
you want to...
logistical.
Well, you also want to adjust, yeah. Okay, yeah, we can...
Okay, so now it's more even.
Test. Yeah, we're in the yellow, but we're not in the red. Check. Check.
There. Is that good?
Test. That's workable, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that it's not like, because it was bouncing Rachel's up significantly higher than ours.
Right. Thank you. You are teaching me more about video recording.
It's a pain when you have to go in afterwards and try to
level
those.
Yeah, Avdi knows a lot about this. He produces Ruby tapas.
Oh, sweet.
I do videos.
Is that a podcast, I'm assuming?
It's like a subscription video show.
Oh, okay.
With a little how to Ruby.
Yeah.
How to program in Ruby.
For Ruby people.
Awesome.
Ruby programmers.
Mostly, yeah.
But
we should make some JavaScript ones. Okay, so we want to make this tarot card app.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm organized. I have all my notebooks. This is my notebook where I write down ideas for the app. This is my notebook where I write down my notes from my JavaScript course that I'm taking. And this is my notebook where I write down little positive affirmations for myself.
Well, notebooks really run in this family.
I bought her at least one of those.
Yeah, you got me this one, my positive affirmations notebook.
Okay. What is so we should use glitch because we're on a glitch kick. And what's the first thing you want to do? Maybe just make I guess we should pick a project to remix.
Yeah.
And okay. I think this app could be entirely client-side. It could be just JavaScript.
It would make the most sense to maybe start it there at least.
Okay, what does client-side mean? What is the definition of that?
Okay. So you remember the lava? Where is that picture that I drew last time we talked? You can't even see this, damn it.
Oh, right.
But the people on YouTube can see it. Okay. Basically, client-side means there's no lava. It just serves. So it means that the whatever web server is supporting your site is going to send files to the browser, like HTML and JavaScript, and it can send your properties file.
Right.
But it doesn't do anything except say, oh, you want this file? Okay, here you go. And then everything dynamic, everything that changes on the page is just in JavaScript running on the page, in the browser, on the client. So the client is the person visiting the web page. And so client side means it's all the program running things are happening on their computer in their browser, as opposed to the server, which is your computer or Glitch or whatever web hosting service.
So basically, when you use the app, it'll be making changes in that whoever has it in their browser be making changes on their computer, but it's not going to make a change to anybody else's computer in the world.
Okay, gotcha. So it's run entirely on the client side, and everything dynamic is pure JavaScript.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I think this is fine for that because the key question is, do you, as the DM, need to have any state? Do you need to save anything that they do and be able to access it?
Well, you can do that in the client too if you don't need it
if it's
to
the
be
same
in the cloud.
client. That's true. That's true. Because she'll probably use this app
local state is the thing now.
On her tablet thinger.
Yeah.
So it would only be if you need to save something and have that accessible on another computer.
No, I don't think so. I mean, at least if I was using it in a game that I was running, if I needed to save it, I would write it down. Like I said, the only thing it needs to be able to do is if there are multiple players drawing from the deck in one game, you don't want them to be able to draw the same card.
That's fine.
Like the reset function. But other than that, no, I think it can just display it. And these are all going to be pretty quick effects. Like none of these, if it was something really important, then they would be required to write it down on their character sheet. If it's something that, like the little bird that criticizes you, that only lasts for half an hour in game time. So
and the page could even remember which cards have been drawn and stuff like that, which is how it will remember not to duplicate. But that can stay around. I mean, we don't even need to store local state persistently. We don't need to persist local state. We should be able to just keep it in the page. And then if you hit refresh, it'll start over. Like refresh in the browser.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially since here, worst case, oh no, I accidentally hit refresh. If we draw the same card again, we will skip it.
Yeah, and like I like starting there because it's one of those things where you can get the functionality there, and then you can think, okay, actually we do want this to persist to another session, so let's figure out how to add local storage.
Yeah, you could make it save it on your computer in your browser, and even save it for days and weeks until you clear your browser history.
But I think it's easier to go from like
but
the first version, like the not saving it, and then layer on saving it once you have it working the way you want.
Yep. Okay, cool. So let's go to Glitch and see what good starters they have. You have a Glitch account now, right?
I think so. Hold on, let me see if I made myself a note about what password I used. I would have had it ready. I didn't know we were going to use Glitch today. Okay, so let's...
That's okay. You can start building stuff in Glitch anonymously.
Hold on, let me move your little faces.
Please push the X on the search, on the like download bar, because it's driving me bonkers.
Oh.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I'll just create a new account because I
like
think
an
I did
open
one with
cupboard.
email at
Me
work,
too.
but it was such a pain in the ass because I can't get on Facebook at my work computer. Okay. Oops, that was easy.
Cool.
Okay. God, I love when you can just sign into stuff with Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, I think I did GitHub.
What is this? I don't want this. Okay.
Soggy doggy shake. Use your webcam to control how fast the dog shakes. Yeah, that's not on our agenda. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We want some sort of starter project.
New project.
I think that's behind you, your head. There we go. No, that's not your fault. I moved your head. It's fine.
Oh. Okay. So new project.
I think just hello web page should be sufficient for this.
Yeah, let's try hello web page. Because then we can add JavaScript. Because we know how to do that, right?
We know how to do what?
Add JavaScript.
It already has some JavaScript.
Oh, look, it has it. Oh, okay, never mind. There it is right there.
Yeah.
We don't even have to create a new JavaScript file. Not that that's hard.
Feeling fancy, you can add interactivity to your site with JavaScript.
That's what we're going to do. Okay, but first let's make it be your site. Okay, currently it is called Copper Roast. You had a name.
Deck of many things.
Okay, see if you can rename it to that.
Okay.
But upper left corner. Up.
Oh,
yep.
I see.
There it is.
Okay. So remix project?
No, I think you can just
No,
like,
you
click
already
on the name.
remixed it. It's already yours.
Like
Click on Copper Roast.
She can't see where you're pointing.
You can.
It doesn't help anyone. Field. I'm an assistive technology of a kind.
No, just for fun. Okay. There we go.
Okay, very cool.
I think you can click anywhere to make that go away.
Bam.
Yay!
There. Deck of many things.
Okay. And it's got a README, and that's just descriptive.
Yeah, the README is just for you. It doesn't show
Okay.
show that to anybody else. So like the big I guess the biggest and most important thing is the index.html.
Dun, 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 dun. Title. Hello. You can change that. Nice.
Oh, she should open
Oh,
the
yeah.
live one.
Push the show live button. And then it puts it in another tab.
Oh, okay. Oops.
Whoops. Hit back. What did I just do?
Oh my God. Toolbar. No, I want you to be at the bottom. Okay.
Oh, zoom.
There we go. Okay.
Okay. Try
So do
that
I need to
again.
save it and then do it live so it
Yep.
shows my new thing?
It totally updates.
Yeah, if you
automatically.
push save, Glitch will be like, oh, Glitch autosaves. Oh.
Let's see if it did it now.
Yeah, so
It
you
does
just-
it to
you
me a
just,
lot because I hit
leave it
save a
open.
lot.
Oh, what is it not?
No,
what is
it's
it not?
good. It's good. Where did it
It's
go?
not-
Why
It's
did it
not
go
opening my
away?
title.
It is, but it
That's
open it up
no,
again. Open up the live one again. Now
It's
look
at the top.
look in the at the
Oh.
top tab.
which you probably can't see because of Zoom's bar.
Oh, you're right. I see. It's the tab title. Duh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's like the page title, which is different from the title on the page, which is down there in the body.
I want this to be...
Okay, there we go.
And then here is where we want
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Snowing again. That's excellent. We're going to go sledding after this.
Wow. We didn't get any snow. None. Just rain and mud. So bad. I mean, like, I didn't want like 12 inches or anything, but Roswell loves to play in the
We've
snow.
got like 8 or 9.
We got none.
And
rain.
Avdi was supposed to fly out this afternoon, but now he doesn't have to.
Yeah, I would have been. I think my flight was taking off right about now.
I'm glad you moved in.
We just got mud. And then it's going to snow later, but it's so warm and wet that it's not going to stick. So at least it'll look a little pretty while it comes down. But Roswell loves to play in the snow. I wanted that for him.
That's disappointing.
I know. Life is eternally disappointing. I just wanted him to get 12 inches. Ugh.
Roswell is...
Her dog.
Oh, Roswell's my dog. He is my... baby, hold on. He has an Instagram. I'll go there. He's my son.
Definitely.
This is him. So he was just a little baby. And now he's a big old boofer. Here he is. He's really sassy. And he's big. He's like 85 pounds.
I like the alien. I love the themed alien collar.
Thank you. Yeah, his alien collar, and his name is Roswell. Touch. I think if we ever got a girl dog, we'd name her Nessie after the Loch Ness Monster. Nice. Like continue the cryptid theme.
Yes.
You would name her like Roz Poorly.
And he's very, very, very sweet. He's like your typical lab. He loves everything, everybody, new places, new people, but he has a ton of energy. He's a lot of work. Oh, and that's Loki.
Roswell and Loki hate each other.
Well, no, hey, Loki hates Roswell.
And Roswell fears Loki.
Roswell loves Loki. Roswell doesn't understand why the small orange dog is so mean to him. Oh, I really like this picture. We're making the same face. Look at that snoot. So yeah, we are like the epitome of like middle-class millennials who have a dog instead of a baby. That's like the millennial stereotype that we most embody. So he's extremely spoiled because we don't have kids. So he gets he gets all of our love and attention and money. Okay.
Oh,
yay.
wow.
Thank you.
Right.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. All right. So here's the paragraph. I'm your cool new webpage made with, and then it links to Glitch. Okay. So all of this stuff is fine. So now how do we begin? Okay, script. Here's the JavaScript. Interactivity to your site with JavaScript.
Should we put one of those card pictures on there?
Yeah, we should get some assets in there.
Hey, yeah, click on the assets thinger over there.
Oh, okay.
I'm pointing at it. There you go. Drag files from your desktop to use in your project. So now go grab those cards. Grab those 2 cards and
like bring up your Explorer window and just like...
Excellent. Okay, hold on. Here we go. But I need to drag them from my desktop. Let me close out of some of this stuff.
There they are. Drag them.
They are. Yeah, I'm just closing out of these other things. I still had my JavaScript bootcamp and stuff up, which I'm really enjoying that JavaScript bootcamp so far. It's a good program.
Which one is that?
It's a Udemy course by Adam somebody. It's specifically, it is for apps. It's build JavaScript bootcamp, build real world applications.
It was on sale for 10 monies.
With Adam. Oh no, wait, that's not the one I'm on. That's not Adam. Shit. Here's the one that I'm doing. And it's really good. I'm really enjoying it so far.
JavaScript, okay.
Oh, dang it. It took me right to the thing. Well, whatever. His name is Adam. It's a JavaScript bootcamp on Udemy. I got it for $10. And it's really good so far. So I'm really enjoying it. Okay.
Okay, dragging those assets. 1.
Yep.
There.
Yep.
2. Yay!
2. Okay.
What does that do?
We can start with 2.
Okay. What does that do when it puts them in the assets folder? What does it do? Like, how do you...
I think now you can actually reference them.
Oh, there it is.
Well, would it make sense to see if we can just reference it on the page with like assets slash?
Yeah, that's what it... Oh.
What if there's a way to... I wonder if you have to use that URL. I'm wondering if you can do just like an assets slash strength.jpg.
I don't know. That would be... Let's see. Would that be in here?
Okay.
Yeah, so do you know how to do an image tag?
Yeah. Oh, shit. It's been a while. Okay, so let's see. Where would we want to put that in? Like, we could put that in under here. So we could put that in. It's
It's IMG.
IMG. Oh, I was doing ahref. That's the other one.
Right. That's a link.
And then it's source src equals.
Okay. Yeah, I know basic HTML, but I haven't practiced it in a while. Equals, and then I put in the thing.
Well, let's see if you can do it with just like assets.
You need some double quotes.
Like,
yeah.
Let's see if you can do it with double quote.
Just put double quotes before. Oh, okay.
And then assets slash.
Oh shit. Okay. Wait, what assets? Oh my god. Okay.
Slash / strength.jpg. Because if we can do it this way.
Okay, and then image is image a self-closing tag?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Okay.
No more slash. No more slash.
She needs a closing double quote.
You need
closing double quotes, then the slash, then it'll close. I don't need a separate closing tag.
Right.
Got here on my keyboard. Okay, so let's try that.
If you just pop over to the other tab, it should show you.
If it worked. Okay, so it's a broken link. So no.
So go put in that big long thing.
Okay. Yeah,
this page automatically refreshes.
That's nice.
You change something here.
Okay, so let's then try the link.
I think you might have overwritten the
yeah, I think I...
Closing quote.
Yeah, I lost the...
Great.
Okay, and then it closes. Oh, there we go.
Done. Okay, what? We need a back. What's the back of the card?
Oh, I bet we can find that. Hold on.
Or take a picture of Roswell and make it the right size.
Okay.
Oh, it's on Pinterest. This makes things a pain in the ass to pull up. Oh my god.
Oh, just pick a different image. Any image.
Here we go. It's tiny. Okay. And then I can take it over to my assets. Here. Copy that. Okay. And put that in as a separate one.
Well, shouldn't we put that as the image first?
Oops. What did I do there? There we go. The first image. I put it in assets.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
So I can just...
Now you have two.
Oh, wow. That looks bad.
Well, we could shrink the other one.
Yeah, you can put in an image tag. You can actually set the size,
width and height,
pixels, like height and width.
Yeah. So if you probably want to find out the width and height of the smaller one and use that for both of them.
Let's see. Do you think it would give that information in here? Yep, sure does.
Oh, it's really small.
Oh yeah, that's a wee one.
Yeah. I'd probably be better off just finding a better image.
you hover over it, Google actually tells you how big it is.
And again, it's still linking me to Pinterest.
Fuck Pinterest.
That's the same, I think, the 185 by 339.
Yeah, scroll down a bit.
185 by 318.
Okay, go up to the top and click Tools. Size. Large or medium. Ooh.
Ooh, I like this one better.
Snazzy.
You can also pick usage rights in those tools.
Oh, yeah, okay. Where it knows, anyway.
Go back. You just need the image. You don't need to follow the stupid link. No,
I know, but Google doesn't just give you the image anymore. You have to go to the site to get it.
Oh, you can totally get it. Right click.
So I don't know if that will out. This one in. Okay.
What is all that banging? All that banging.
It's just the mic is picking up the...
That's probably I think that's the mic clicking up my...
I should get the bunny a go mic.
Yeah, I'm just using my laptop mic. Hold on, let me...
If it's clipped to the
there we go.
Still pick it up. It's all about the shot.
Or I can also just use my mouse.
Close quote. There we go.
Yeah.
Now you have two backs.
Oops. Whoa, it's yeah, you're right. I thought I took out the other one.
We need to make it way smaller.
Yeah, I thought I took out the other one. Why are they both still showing? This one is the strength or the judgment or whatever, and this one is the back.
Hey, bunny, go look closely at those strings. Go look at those strings.
Oh.
They contain back and back two. Do you see them? They're not all GUIDs.
Oh,
there you go.
I see.
So you can tell that you deleted strength. Which is
I deleted the wrong one.
Don't you just want the back to start with, and then we'll replace it with the front?
Yeah, let's do that. So let's take out this one.
And we should probably give it a size. Should we give it that in CSS or in directly in the HTML?
I think the easiest way to do it right now would be in the HTML.
Okay.
One thing at a time.
Okay.
So you can do width and height attributes.
Can you do percentages in there?
No. The HTML attributes are very basic.
Oh.
So you can do like in that image tag where, just like you have a source attribute, you can do a width and a height attribute.
Or just one of them, if you want it to scale.
Probably, yeah.
You don't have to do the calculation.
So like you could do width equals...
Can I do that right here?
Yes.
200 or something, and then that's going to be in pixels.
Okay, do I need to put a comma in here before the next...
Nope.
Does it want quotes?
Actually, you can get away without them.
Why does it have red? What does the red say? Hover over that red thing.
I'll find it.
Oh, yep, there it is. Wow, that's handy.
Yay, glitch. Yay, glitch.
Oh, yay, glitch, yeah.
For the error message.
Oh, look at that.
We can see that. Okay, so to draw a card, do they click on it?
Yeah.
Do you think it would make sense to just to demonstrate the JavaScript for changing the image in the console first, and then we could put it into the page?
Oh, fun. Okay. That sounds fun. Bunny, do you know how to open the console?
You mean like the terminal?
Nope.
No. So your browser has a...
What browser are you in? Chrome.
Chrome.
Your browser has a development console built into it.
Okay.
If you right-click somewhere, anywhere on the page, you can say inspect.
Oh, that's what you mean. Okay. Okay. So this I know.
Cool. So if you go to the console tab in that, like right now you're in the inspect tab. But if you go to the console tab, you've got elements, console, sources. Yeah, that one. Okay. So let's see. Now I just have to remember how to get an element on the page. Get element by
document.getElement by. Yeah. Well, we could give it an ID.
Yeah, but it's like the only. No, it's not the only image on the page.
We should give it an ID.
Okay, let's
anyway.
give it an ID. That'll make things easier. So if you go back to your HTML.
Back to over here.
Mm-hmm. Let's give this an ID so it's easy to get at. So it's another attribute
of the image.
Should this be up at the? Excuse me, up at the top?
No, in your image tag.
Oh, okay.
It's another attribute, and it's ID equals.
No space.
Yeah, there we go.
And open quote. Yes. And how about deck?
Whatever you want to name it, Bunny.
And it's usually just like lowercase.
Many deck. Okay.
Okay. Because it's a deck.
Oh wait, I'm naming it like it's a function. I've been doing all JavaScript practice lately, so can it be?
Or
does it have
be
to
like
have
card? We just want to like identify. Yeah, just make it lowercase though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looks wrong in uppercase. It's perfectly. It would work fine in legal. Uppercase, but it looks wrong.
Okay.
Okay. So now that is a unique element on the page by ID, and we can in JavaScript we can get it by its ID.
So if you go back over to the page.
Yeah.
And you can say in that console you can say document.
Sorry, what? I didn't hear you.
In the console you can say document. Dot. Is it get?
I think so.
Get element by ID. Yeah, you can let it. There you go. And then open parenthesis. And then an open quote. And then your deck. And then close parenthesis. Yep. Try that.
It got the thing.
Sweet. So now you've got this is how in JavaScript you can get straight to that element on the page. Now if you up arrow, you'll get the same command back.
And we can add to it.
And I think is it just subscript for attributes? Or is it?
I have no idea.
Well, let's try that. Try like without any space at all, putting an open square bracket. I don't think it's gonna work. And then quote, and then src, and then close quote, and then close bracket. I don't think this is gonna work. It did work.
It worked.
Yay!
So okay. Can we set it?
Yes, that's the next. So do you understand what you're seeing right now?
I mean, I get that it's finding the specific element, like it says here, it's by the ID, and it's just returning that glitch link that links to that specific image.
Yeah.
The square
but
bracket
big picture, no, I don't super understand what we're doing.
Okay, so we've dug into the page and we've grabbed that element on the page. We grabbed a dynamic representation of that element on the page.
Okay.
And then we said, okay, what is the value of your source attribute? And it gave us the source attribute. And the thing is, anything that we can grab on the page, we can also change.
Gotcha. So that's why if we want to make it so that we can click that image and then take us to the next thing, that's why we have to identify that specific thing. So then we can write the code to enable us to click it.
Exactly. But this
I'm
console,
so smart.
This console gives us a way to like figure out the code that we need before we have to go and write the code that we need.
Okay.
So
awesome.
I think the next thing to make the coolest thing to do here would be to see if we can actually just change it in the console.
Okay.
So I think what we need is we need the URL of another card image.
Okay, so we can get that from the assets. Right, so let's do this one.
Yeah.
Copy it. Okay.
All right, now back there. Now up arrow again. And this time we want to set. So do a space and then an equals. And then another space. And then an open quote. And then paste that. Yep, you got it. All right.
Dun, 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 dun!
Coding is fun.
There you go.
So now we know, now that's just in your console, but now we know what we're going to need to do in order to change the card image on the page.
Cool. And then when I close out of this console, does it just reset to what it was before?
Well,
Not
if
when
you
close the
refresh the
console,
page.
but if you refresh the page.
Okay. Okay. So I can't make any permanent changes in here. It's just a visual representation of what it would look like if I made the permanent change in the actual code.
Mm-hmm.
Like my wrong button.
Like your what? Your wrong button, yeah.
I made a button on my computer that if I select something on a web page and I push the wrong button, it opens this console, deletes the selection, and closes the console. So it makes it go away for my own purposes right then. It's super satisfying. Okay. Yeah, so now that's what we want to happen. What, when you click on the card?
Uh-huh.
Do we need to make an href around it to add an OnClick, or can you just stick an OnClick on that image?
Anything can respond to an OnClick.
Oh, let's just throw some JavaScript in the OnClick.
At least I think it can. Let's find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually we don't want it to just that if you click it automatically takes you to that specific card. We want it to take you to, I guess, an array that would then be randomized.
But one thing at a time.
Yeah, one thing at a time.
Okay.
We can make it send it to that, and then we can move that function into our JavaScript file. Yeah.
Cool.
So copy that JavaScript.
That whole line.
Wait, what did you just copy?
Do?
I just moved your faces.
Oh, okay.
Because it was covering up the code.
Okay.
Yep.
So copy that. Yep. Oh my god, I'm so used to my laptop being a Mac that I keep forgetting that there actually is like a right-click functionality on this laptop. So many times I've gone to hit like Control-click, and I'm like, no, I don't need to do that. I have a mouse. Okay, and it's not a Mac. Okay, so I got that.
All right, now go back over the code.
Go to your HTML.
Okay.
And into the HTML. And then, go ahead.
Oh, give your image an OnClick attribute.
Okay. Okay, so that would be within here. So before the source. Okay, how do I do that? That I've never done.
You say OnClick, and it's a capital C. Equals, no space.
Oh, let me space this over. Okay, okay, there we go.
And then I think, do you double quote or do you curly brace that?
Oh, it's quoted. We choose, but we might want to single quote it because what we're going to paste in has double quotes in it.
Okay.
So I would say single quote. You get to interchange double quotes and single quotes in HTML, and it's basically like you get to choose based on is the thing that's inside it all. What kind of quotes does the thing inside it have?
Okay, so if something that you're putting in already has one or the other, then you want to use maybe the other one when you're referencing it.
Because otherwise you have to muck around with escaping.
Okay, but otherwise it doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Single quotes or double quotes?
Yep.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so then I put that, and then I can paste this, and then I need to put another single quote after it. Mm-hmm. And then that is already contained in the image tag, so I don't need to close it.
Oh,
okay,
what
great.
Is it read about? What is it read about? There was some red.
Oh, interesting.
Right here. I think I need a space. Did I?
Put a return value in there for one thing.
The attribute
value
name
of attribute OnClick. Oh, it really wants double quotes? How about, okay, first ignore that.
HTML5.
Okay.
Just ignore it because browsers are often nicer than checkers. And see what your website does. See if it does anything when you click it. Boop. Ha ha! Okay, I mean, we're going to change it anyway. We're going to make it point to a function. And then it can be in double quotes.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, this is awesome. But here's the thing about OnClicks. Imagine if you wanted to make your code even more elaborate than that, and you had to keep doing it inside of a quoted string inside of an attribute value.
That would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we want to make it randomized.
Yeah.
And that we don't want to do that inside of a quoted string, an attribute value.
So how do we get out of using OnClick?
Why would we?
Oh, you want to hook it up to a named
function.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So then, that's a good next step.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the script.js and make a function.
Okay.
Let's see how much. Yeah.
What should we name it?
Drawcard.
There you go.
It doesn't need to take anything, does it?
Yeah, we don't have any parameters.
Hold on, I want to take this out. I don't like this. This is
great.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I like your taste there.
Me?
Yeah.
Delete code at every opportunity.
Oh, okay.
And keep extraneous crud out.
So paste your code in there. Semicolon.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you do need a semicolon at the end.
Semicolon at the end here.
Yeah.
Although
it'll work without it, but
eventually,
I won't be okay
not there.
without it.
Not there.
Oh. Well, it can be there, but it doesn't do anything there. You want it at the end of your line.
I thought that the semicolon went at the end. Oh, at the end of the line.
Each line ought to have.
It went at the end of the block.
It's really the end of the statement.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of block.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to work without that semicolon. It's just...
I thought it would have gone after the code.
I need the semicolon. You can put one there too, but you don't usually after a function, but you do after a const.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like functions. I did some function practice, and I was very happy with it. I mean, it wasn't very complicated, but it still felt good when I did it.
Good. So presumably that... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay. Presumably that's going to put drawcard in the global space.
Mm-hmm.
So now in your index.html and your OnClick, instead of document.blah-de-blah, say drawcard.
Oh, let's trace the connection first, like you did for me recently.
Yeah, okay.
How does this page know about that script.js? Yeah, literally.
I guess it doesn't. Don't we need
look really carefully.
It's got to be in here somewhere.
Yeah. Command F if you want to search.
Let me see if I can just find it. Style sheet. Oh, there it is. It's right here.
Yay.
Import the web page's JavaScript file.
What does the defer do?
I think that has to do with you just load order.
I figured. What does it do? What effect does it have on the load order?
I think that probably means it's okay to start rendering elements before importing this JavaScript file, rather than you have to finish reading this doing the request to read this JavaScript file in before you can even close this head tag and start rendering the body.
So it asyncs it.
Yeah, it asyncs it.
All right.
I have a general question.
Great.
So I've been looking at a lot of podcasts, like Code Newbie podcasts. I mean,
that's a good one.
Yeah, most of the ones that I'm listening to now are Code Newbie, and it's specifically people talking about getting your first JavaScript job, which is pretty far off in the future for me, but still something I want to be thinking about. And I've seen a lot of things talking about frameworks, like JavaWorks frameworks. Is that kind of similar to what this is? I mean, I know this is HTML, not JavaScript, but is that kind of what that is? Like a framework is something where it builds out a lot of the repetitive basic stuff for you, and then you just go in and add the code that makes yours specific to you?
That's a good way of stating what a framework is about. Yeah.
Okay. That was just kind of a guess. I didn't really read, but I just wanted to...
You ever noticed how a lot of web apps have very similar elements to them? They've got menus and footers and headers and just a lot of really similar stuff. Maybe they have pop-up windows, what do they call them? Light boxes, where the rest of the rest of the page goes dark and one thing kind of zooms up.
Assets.
Like you had in the assets. There are a lot of these sort of visual and behavioral elements that are just very common across many web apps, and you would have to completely recreate that behavior if you didn't have something to build on.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure that I had a decent base understanding of what that was, because when I've been reading articles about JavaScript, that keeps coming up. They're like frameworks. So cool.
Yeah, nobody writes anything right now we're doing straight HTML and JavaScript. Nobody does that anymore for anything seriously complicated, because you wind up with just a bunch of code that some other people have already written.
Yeah, because
and the framework does it better. And the other thing is the frameworks, not only have they written code that you don't have to write, but they do it really well, in the sense that there's a zillion things to worry about with accessibility to make your web pages work on mobile, and that's responsiveness, but mobile and computers. And then to make it so that blind people can use screen readers. Or people who aren't looking at the screen can use screen readers. And there's just a lot of considerations. Oh, and all the different browsers, the differences between the different browsers. The frameworks have solved all those nitty little twinky problems.
So then you can focus on your actual original creative content that
you're coding
and not have to
the difference that makes a difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what I thought. Oh, and the code
And you will
listening to is Vanessa Hurst.
Mm.
Interview with Vanessa Hurst. That one's been really
I haven't met her. Cool. Anyway, change your OnClick to be your call to your method.
Okay. So, whoops. Okay, we still want that, so we can take that out. And then, what did I just name that function? Just drawcard. Okay.
I think that you might want to delete a different part of that.
Okay.
Maybe you can.
There we go. Okay.
Just get rid of everything in between the single quotes.
In between. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
It's gonna screw it up. It's gonna screw it up. Just delete part of it and then delete the other part.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can do it a piece at a time.
Okay.
You can just hold down delete.
Let me move your faces again.
Oh, we're in the way.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Wait, that's not
There you go.
Delete that, and I can just put the function in here.
Yeah.
Call
to it.
Yeah, let's make glitch happy and use double quotes this time.
Okay.
And we just call what would we call the function? Yes. Perfect.
And then call it with parents.
Oh, with the parentheses. That's right. I remember that from my lessons. Okay.
And let's make glitch happy and make it an all lowercase OnClick.
Oh, it wants OnClick without the
right.
capital C? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think this is one of those changes in HTML5 when they tried to make everything more consistent. Okay. Also, that's also why it's complaining about double quotes.
Ah, it still works.
Yay!
But now it works with a function, which is better.
Yes. Yes.
Now you get to edit that file.
Itching to make a commit, but Glitch is doing that. It's doing a commit to Jess.
Has Jess talked to you about version control yet?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we did some very basic things a year or two ago.
Yeah, that was more like 3 or 4 years ago.
I was close.
Actually,
the other day.
Tyler did the same thing. I was like, no, it was like 3 years ago that I tried this before, and he was like, oh my god, I thought it was like 6 months ago.
That's funny.
Is it raining now?
Possibly.
That offends me.
Damn it. We wanted to sled.
We'll still sled.
We will.
It'll just be a little
we're
sloppier.
Stubborn. We can do sloppy.
So does this automatically save everything that I'm working on in this project?
It does.
It does. And it even keeps a history of what you did.
There's like a rewind button.
Cool.
Okay, so it's working to draw a card. Is that enough for today? It's been an hour. Because we could
Do you want to make it switch between two cards?
Do you want to make it so it turns it back over if you click it again?
How about let's add when we click to go over to that card, let's have it then add the text, the string that goes with the card.
Oh, okay.
Why don't we do that, and then that would be a good closing point.
Okay.
So I've got that content. Hold on, one of my notebooks. Okay. So I've got that, and then wait, which one are we using? Is it judgment or strength? Judgment. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that's what I would like to do now is when you click it to draw the card, then how about instead of, or I guess I could still display this at the bottom, but it needs a new string to display underneath it.
Yeah, so you need a place for that text to appear.
So see that P? We could replace it. The P element. If you give it an ID, then we can futz with it. Not there.
The attributes have to be in the opening tag.
Okay, first tag. Yeah, you're right. Okay, ID equals.
It's lowercase.
No. It's a place. It's the place. Describe the place on the page. Text or flavor text or spell or. It's not specific to the judgment card.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
This is describing.
Effect,
okay,
yeah.
Good. And it probably wants double quotes.
Yeah. Oh, it does want double quotes.
Oh.
Because it's being picky.
There.
Yay.
Okay, that made it happen.
Okay, so we can start with that glitchy thing, and then we'll just change it to be the effect of the card.
Do you want to go to the console and make sure you know how to put text inside there? Because that's actually a little bit different from an attribute change.
Oh.
Okay, so console. Okay, So where do I start?
Document. Dot. Get.
Sure. Yeah, that.
Oh, get element by ID again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, get element by ID.
Let's see if it's...
And then it's... what do we name it? Effect. Oops.
Yep.
There's the parentheses. Okay.
And just hit enter, make sure that works. Yep, and then hit up.
Okay.
And then dot, and then see if it gives you any choices that look useful.
No. It's not
Try type set.
Sorry, what?
Type set. I'm guessing at this point. Dot set. No, it's not doing anything.
I want to say it's something like text equals.
Dot text. Try dot text.
And then like equals.
Just hit enter.
Oh yeah, hit enter.
Undefined. So
Try
that's not
try inner text, like inner and then capital T text. I don't think of that.
We're just trying shit. He's looking it up on MDN.
Oh, okay.
MDN. But try inner text. I mean, it's fun to try shit.
Inner. I-N-N-I-N. Yep,
Yeah.
and then capital T.
Inner text. Okay.
Let's see if that works.
See if that works.
Ooh.
Oh, there it is.
Hey.
Okay, now do that, but with an equal sign and make it say something else. Although
Okay, so
it
inner
doesn't quite.
text equals, and then would this be double quotes
Mm-hmm.
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, just that's enough. Yeah, we want to know whether this works at all.
Okay.
Great.
Hey.
Dun da da dun.
Okay, so let's do that, and I'll put the whole thing in here really quick.
Yeah.
Criticize. Is that how you spell criticize?
Yep.
Yes.
So.
Yes. I really want to criticize the spelling, but but it's correct. I think you should put a period at the end of that.
Okay. But
Faster.
right now,
You're so slow. Tweet, tweet, tweet.
I believe Jess is auditioning for the role of Bird.
little bird. Okay, but we don't want the text to show when it shows the back of this card. We only want it to show when you click the card and it takes you to the next image.
Yes.
Right. So copy that code.
Yep. Okay, and then we'll put this code. Oh my god, I almost did control click again. Like to get it to copy. Okay. Half the time I forget that I have a physical mouse and I'll be fiddling with the laptop thing and then I'm like, oh, I've got a mouse literally 2 inches away. Okay. Okay. So, oh, move your faces, your beautiful faces over here.
Go to the JavaScript. Oh, sorry.
Oh. Okay, so I need to come here and it needs to still be within this same function, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll pipe
So
up if you do something wrong.
Okay. So same function, we've got the document. Okay, so that's why this is here, and I just need to put it in the same set of curly braces, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same code block. Okay, and then I can just paste it in here.
No, why do you think you should do that? You'll never get it right. Tweet, tweet.
Okay. And then add another one. There. Okay.
Dun, da, da, dun.
Sweet.
Oh, hello? Hold on. Ring, ring. Oh, hi, Google. Oh, you're offering me a job? I accept. Wow, thank you so much. Yeah, I am a hacker now. Yeah, 100,000 a year sounds reasonable. Thank you so much. I'll have my secretary get in touch. Bye.
Always raise them.
Cool improv. I make 50,000 a year now, so if somebody offered me 100,000, I would just like shit my pants. So I probably wouldn't need to raise them. I'll have to figure
It's
that
good
out
practice
later.
anyway.
I don't know how to negotiate salaries. That's not so much a thing where I work, so I'll figure that out later. Yay.
Okay, so there you have that.
Cool.
Yeah, probably just do some global state to save what's going on. Be easy. And you have a place where you can like play with things that you learn.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yay, good job, Bunny. Also, this site is available and you can like tweet that. And you could be like, I made a thing, you can click on the card. The end.
Cool.
You can show Tyler.
It does seem like good practice for working within frameworks, since it's basically kind of an HTML framework, and then you write the JavaScript.
It's an interesting.
I guess in the sense that it gives you like some files to start with.
We don't think of like HTML as a framework, but it is. It's just not one we have a choice about.
Yeah.
It's the framework built into the browser runtime kind of thing. Whereas on top of that, we've built more layers that we call frameworks because you have a choice.
Right. Rachel, when you were saying this is like a framework, were you saying the glitch, the way glitch kind of supplies some files? Yeah.
The way that it supplies all of this, so that you don't have to build all this stuff out by hand first.
Yeah. I think we would usually, programmers would usually call that boilerplate or scaffolding. Like, so the difference there is with a framework, it's usually a bunch of code that's often a file that you don't change. You just sort of call in the bits that you need. And with scaffolding, it's like, here's a default, but you can change any of it.
Okay.
So like if it's in your own little sandbox, it's like if you get some files to start with, but they're in your own little sandbox that you can change, that's more like boilerplate or scaffolding, because that's stuff that you get to mess around with.
Good to know.
Yeah, and a framework is more Heidi.
Yeah. It's more like off in the wings, sort of handing you stuff as you need it.
Cool. So, Avdi, did you go to school for programming?
Not really.
Teach yourself programming? Like, how long have you been?
I sort of did. I took 3. Back in my teens, I was in community college for a little while, and I took 3 programming courses.
Did your dad teach you?
No, he didn't. You know, it was in the air. Like my dad was a programmer, but he never actually taught me any coding. All the stuff that I did was besides for those 3 classes, it was all self-taught. I did some self-taught stuff before them, I think, and then a lot after.
But then he got you a job.
Yeah, that was like at the end of the 3rd class. But yeah, I'd already like been messing around a lot.
Cool.
It was more like my dad, like just the fact that my dad was a programmer just like made it like an obvious thing that was like, oh yes, this is a thing that people do.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been reading a lot of stuff about like when you are looking for your first tech job and how to get into entry-level stuff, and that's interesting. One thing that made me feel better is something that they were talking about on Code Movie. Is she said, keep in mind that a lot of these entry-level software developing or coding jobs will say things like, 3 to 5, they want you to have 3 to 5 years of professional experience, but that doesn't necessarily mean 3 to 5 years of professional experience programming. It's like what they mean is we need to know that you understand like email etiquette and how to go to a job.
How to show up.
How to work in an office and communicate and.
You definitely have that.
I've definitely got that, and I'll have a bunch of management experience, which I don't really want to go into management again. I want to get out of management, but I prefer to think of it as like leadership skills. Where I have no problem if I'm in a group working on a collaborative project. If nobody else is going to step up and everybody's waffling, I have no problem being like, okay, well then unless anybody else has a different idea, you do this and you do this and you do this, and then I'll do this. Everybody good? Okay, let's go. Like, I have no problem being bossy. I don't want to be responsible for other people's performance like I am now as a manager.
Yeah, and all that 3 to 5 year, most of that 3 to 5 year experience stuff is just, again, it's boilerplate. It's like something that somebody copied and pasted into a job advert anyway.
Yeah.
And I will say this, like, all of the best programmers that I've worked with are people, most of them at least, were people that came in from another life. Rather than the ones
that makes me feel
that
it's
started
good to know that,
because like it seasons you in a way that just like starting out as a hacker doesn't.
Yeah, so I'll have lots of years of like just corporate office experience, and corporate management experience, and I do have a degree. It's not computer related though; it's psychology.
Oh, perfect.
Useful.
And comm. The minor in comm.
Nice. So. Perfect.
Yay.
I feel like I learned a lot today.
Yay. Okay, let's next. Okay, I'm gonna stop screaming. Streaming.
Okay.
And screaming. Because
Yes,
it's all wrong. You like
screaming.
it, but I hate it. That card is ugly. Tweet, tweet.